What is going on, everybody? It's Stas here. Welcome back to yet again another video. So in this one, we're going to break down Palantir stock, the charts, and whether or not I believe it will finally be included in the S&P 500 index in the next S&P 500 rebalance, which is coming here in June in a couple of weeks. So we have a lot to cover in this video, guys. If y'all find value, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and of course, check out the Patreon and all the links down below, guys, if you want, that is. And with that being said, let's just dive into it. So Palantir on Friday, which today's Monday, by the way, it's Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day to everybody out there. Hope you all had a great day, great long weekend. And obviously the stock market was closed today, so the last day of trading was Friday, and Friday we saw Palantir stock go up 1.4%, up 29 cents, and it closed at what, $21 per share after hitting over, or right around, well, I guess exactly $21.15 earlier in the day. So we had a very nice green day on Friday when it comes to the overall stock market. And here with Palantir stock, as again, we closed at 21 bucks, up almost 1.5% on the day. And clearly, we are now starting to break back over the moving averages on this 5-day, 5-minute chart. We're actually pushing above the highs slowly. Well, I guess one of the highs from Friday, which we kind of peaked out of barely, from Thursday. We barely peaked out of that, Thursday high on Friday. And if we do start pushing, let's say mid-21s, 22 bucks here on pltr this week, that'd be a very good sign of an overall reversal in the short term, right? I'd say if we get out of this trend line right here, maybe above the 180 moving average on the 30-minute chart, that'd be a great sign overall for the bulls. And here on the 20-day chart, guys, you can clearly see we're under both moving averages. So this spot, 21.50, 22 bucks, it's imperative in the short term for the bulls to get out of there. Now, the million-dollar question is, will they this week, next week? We got to see, guys. So for now, I'm going to set my alert. I'll put two alerts, actually. One at $22 per share. Mark is at or above. And I'll do another one at $21.50 per share. So before we dive deeper into the charts, let me show you what criteria a company needs to make, or hit rather, to actually be included in the S&P 500, which, guys, that's a big milestone for a company, obviously, to be included in the S&P 500. And by the way, Palantir meets all of these criteria, right? All these requirements, Palantir meets these, and they did last go around too in the previous rebalance of the S&P 500, but they actually weren't included in the last go around. And I forget, did the stock sell off on that news? I forget. It was about 2.5 months ago, three months ago. Yeah, whenever that was. Either way, now in June, Palantir might be added. So let's see the criteria here for those of you guys that have no idea, right? So a company must meet the following criteria to be selected by the index committee and be included in the S&P 500 index. So number one, the company should be from the United States, not China, not another country, Russia, whatever, right? Not anywhere in Europe. It's got to be from the United States. Makes sense, right? Pretty simple. Number two, the market cap must be at least $8.2 billion. Not 8 billion, not 8.1, not 7.8. We're talking $8.2 billion, guys. So if you're a $5 billion company, $1 billion company, it's not going to cut it. And the shares must be highly liquid. You guys can see shares must be highly liquid, which means essentially you got to be able to get in and out easily, fairly quickly of the stock, right? You're not going to, want a stock that barely has volume, barely anybody's buying, selling it, right? You put an order in here, you get filled at a way different price. No. You're not going to want any of that. The S&P does not want that. It won't include you, man. It won't include you if you're not highly liquid. Number four, at least 50% of the outstanding shares must be available for public trading. Pretty easy. Makes sense, right? Now, number two, or not number two, geez. The last two here, Number 5 and 6, the company must report positive earnings in the most recent quarter, which obviously Palantir has, and the sum of its earnings in the previous 4 quarters, which is huge here, must be positive, right? The sum of its earnings in the previous 4 quarters must be positive. So Palantir meets all of these criteria points. They did last go around, and they did not get included last go around, but it's only a matter of time, guys. It's really only a matter of time. And I feel like this go around in June, Palantir will be included. That's my prediction. That's my take. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments. But if it doesn't get included this go around, does that change my thesis? Is it going to change where I'm at with my Palantir position? Absolutely not, guys. At the end of the day, the fundamentals are what really matters, not what index it gets put in, right? I mean, sure, that does matter. It's kind of like the cherry on top. It's good, but at the end of the day, what I focus more on when I'm buying a stock is, well, what the fundamentals are, the valuation, what's the future, the growth, where am I buying in at, right? All that good stuff, the management team, this, that, the third. I'm not necessarily looking at a company and I'm like, oh, when's it going to get included in the S&P? But like I said, it's like a cherry on top. I wouldn't mind it. It'd be nice, but it's not the end of the world if it doesn't happen. That's kind of the way I'm looking at it. But again, like I said, guys, I'm predicting, and I could be wrong, but I'm predicting this go around, Palantir does get included. That's just my thoughts, right? And yeah, either way, I'm long the company. I'm planning on buying more shares of the stock even before they potentially get included. And it's a good thing for companies to get included in the S&P, right? They get taken more seriously for sure. That's no doubt. Institutions buy up the stock more, right? Because now it's included in the S&P. It makes sense. There's a lot that goes into it. Maybe I'll do another video solely on that. But yeah, I think it's going to get included. That's the basic criteria, those key points, right, that we just mentioned. Palantir hits all of them, and it's only a matter of time. The more the company grows, the more the revenues compile, the more profitable they become. It's only a matter of time, right? And I'd love to know where your guys' heads at. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And if you all look here on the chart, we can see clearly, we're still in an overall uptrend on the 4-hour, on the 1-year chart. You guys can see that. This looks beautiful, man. This chart looks awesome, right? On the 1-year chart, we got very frothy, overbought, arguably, right? At 27.50. Now we've cooled off, and look at where we're at. We're right by the 180 moving average. Looks like we're holding an uptrend. I think this is looking juicy. The chart's looking good. Fundamentals are awesome. So I've been buying up the stock, right? I've been buying up the stock. And if it comes into the high teens, which I don't think it will, but it might, you never know, I'm going to be buying even more in this window right here. Let me draw this out so you guys can see this general window right here between 16 to 20 bucks. I'm a big buyer of Palantir stock. And I don't think it's going to get to 16 per se. It might, but, if it does, I'll be a buyer. And I'm happy to hold on to those shares for quite some time. So, yeah, PLTR, guys, keep your eyes on it. S&P 500, inclusion is on the horizon. It's coming, I believe, the rebalance. I think it's in the middle of June. I have to double check the date on that. But either way, we'll cover it again most likely as we get closer to it. And of course, if it happens, we're going to cover it on this channel, guys. So make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and check out my Patreon if you guys want to be a part of the Discord, see my charts and ideas throughout the week. And most importantly, if you guys want to see me build out my private portfolio, all the buys, the sells, all the returns are posted on Patreon, guys. So check the link out down below. Use the QR code right here, or just simply go to stocksurfest.com/Patreon. And with that being said, I'll catch you later.